um, Helldivers to me so far has been like just a fantastic adventure. I'm a big fan of the Starship Troopers. I know you are too. So, but they just unloaded like the whole thing about mechs and
yeah, dude, I fucking pulled a mech out of the shit, bro.
yeah, that's fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty rad. Oh, Brian's gonna jump back in a little bit, and we should be good to go. I don't know where Triggs is. He's out there just slapping the meat, or what do they call it?
Hustling, bro, hustling.
Oh yeah, there you go. He's hustling.
He's hustling.
Yeah, you said it nicely. I'm just like he's slapping the meat.
No, you're not wrong.
Life's hard, man.
Sometimes, bro.
But apparently the meat's harder.
Gotta get them dollar burgers.
Yeah. What is up? Welcome back. It's Sunday night, and you're here with the Average Boys Podcast. It's your boy Crispy, and I got, of course, with me my homie David from Adams Collections. What's up, my dude?
What up, bro? Thanks for the invite. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you. You're the one that always got my back. Every time I have a little bit of troubles finding a person to join me on a Sunday, it's David's like, "Yo, I'm your man. Hit me up."
Like, give me 15 minutes.
Yeah, give me 15 minutes, man. I'm about this life.
I gotta look pretty.
I'm about the podcast life. Brian's going to be coming in too. Brian's right now we tried to get him on and we had a little bit of technical difficulties. But yeah, he's going to jump on right now. He's just going to reset his stuff and be back in. And I just want to say, what is up, everybody? I hope you all are having a good week. I hope the weekend just smashed and it went really well. Now you're all at home, getting ready for the week to start, and everything's going to be good this week. Real positive shit. It's going to be awesome. What's up, Vanessa? Thank you for jumping in the podcast. Good to see you. I hope you had an awesome week and or an awesome weekend coming in. And yeah, David, what is up, my dude? How's everything been going, man?
Oh, bro, same old. So I took your advice like we did on a couple podcasts ago. And I fucking bought Helldivers, bro, and I've been on the fucking thing for 2 fucking days, bro. I've been playing that shit.
Helldivers is a interesting game in a complex world of video games that we live in right now. A lot of them are very competitive and, person versus person. But what's cool about Helldivers is it's all about like working together, getting out there and killing bugs or robots. Really, it's just super simple. It's either Terminator or Starship Troopers. You just choose whatever side you want. Yeah. And I even know that I've heard that we're going to be apparently getting like a new species of like just aliens, which is very much like Halo. So we're going to get like a Halo style too that we can also engage in, and better weapons and all this stuff. If you haven't tried it out, Helldivers is literally Starship Troopers the game. Like literally Starship Troopers the game. But what's really, really cool is I don't know if you watch, like, do you watch all the videos like on YouTube? Like
what pops up on my TikTok? That's it, bro.
What, just you in the game? That's it?
I mean, TikTok, bro. That's it. That's like what I look at.
Oh, okay, so you're checking out all the stuff on TikTok about the game. What's really cool is like on YouTube, you have a bunch of course, like YouTubers and stuff like that are out there playing the game, trying to get people to understand it, break it down, make it simple. Tips and tricks kind of stuff that's been through gaming history throughout the years or whatever. Mm-hmm. But what was really cool is I saw today that one of the guys that I watch that kind of has all the updates, because I don't really get to get on Twitter or what do they call it, X now. I don't really jump on that too much. And he puts a lot of the information out there. And what was really cool is while he was playing the game, the developers of Helldivers were like, yo, you want to get in a game with us? And they just hit him up. And then he was out there playing with the fucking developers of the games, the guys who make the game, the guys who really were pushing the whole entrance of the game and all that stuff. So really, really cool. It seems like they're really, really about the community. Brian, what's up, my dude? Good to have you back.
Yo. How am I? Do I sound good?
Clear, man. Super clear.
Right. Fellas, sorry to jump in mid conversation. I apologize.
Yeah, well, it's very simple, very, very chill. Have you had the opportunity to get your hands on Helldivers yet?
So I have not, but that is going to be I'm gonna get my PS5 within the next week or two. Once I get that is gonna be the first game. It's probably the first game I'm gonna get. Are you guys on?
I'm doing PC. David, what are you on PC also?
PS5.
PS5.
PS5. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the first game I'm gonna get.
It's super enjoyable, dude. I was just talking about it in the sense of like, it's very cool because like in the dynamics of video games in the last several years, it's just been person versus person, very competitive nature.
Yeah.
And this game doesn't have that. It's literally just a continuous story of we have to dominate, we have to spread democracy, or whatever awkward Starship Troopers motto that they have going on. But it's cool. You get to run into random players. Everybody's out there kind of not even gonna lie, living the Johnny Rico life, the Starship Troopers life, just quoting the movie and
the whole time.
It's just the wildest shit ever, man. This last update they just dropped last week brought mechs into the fold, so now you can call in your own personal mech vehicle, and it's just what it sounds like. It's just a bunch of animals or beasts on the screen, and you just get to go crazy.
I've seen a lot of gameplay as of so far, and it looks fucking awesome. So yeah, that's definitely on the to-do list.
To me, it's crazy. Like, I'm in my 40s. I like to play video games just to relax when I'm done with not doing any work. Just a really interesting way for me just to kick back, not go and beat up kids at the local neighborhoods or anything like that, or get in fights behind alleys and bars. But it lets me just get a little bit of fun out, and it's a great game. It really, really is. I recommend it.
Really don't beat up kids. And
I'm trying my best, man. I'm trying my best.
It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea.
Speaking of beating up kids,
let's do it. Speed up some kids.
Tyson versus Jake Paul. This has to be the top conversation entry.
Okay, listen. Fuck that. I'm not even gonna let you introduce this shit. All right, this is nonsense. This is absolute 1000% nonsense. And I said it in the chat. I'm gonna say it here in front of everyone that's listening and in front of David. I blame you.
Me.
I blame you. You know what?
I blame you, Chris. I don't know what.
I don't think that's fair. Let me back that up a little bit. I blame you and I blame Rob.
Yeah, Rob too. I blame Rob.
I don't even know why. I'm just gonna blame you guys for allowing it to get this far to where
it's so crazy, dude.
You have to watch Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. First off, Mike Tyson should not be in anyone's fucking ring anymore.
Not at all.
He's done. He's done.
And it's not it's crazy because like I got a message today from a friend of mine. Right. And he was like, we're in a big group chat in Discord or whatever. And he was, Rob's like, what did I do? Just accept it, Rob. It's our fault. It's
your fault. Like I said, I don't even know why. I'm just blaming you, bro, for allowing this shit to get this far.
One of the guys in my Discord that we all game up and stuff like that, he goes, Chris, out of your professional opinion, like, I want to ask you, like, what is your real thought on the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight? And I just straight told him it's horrendous. It's horrible. It's a horrible idea. It is a lose-lose for Jake Paul through and through.
It's a circus. It's a fucking circus, bro.
It's worse than a circus. It really is if you think about it. Like, this is like, you understand, this is literally Jake Paul's version of like that Logan Paul Forrest shit with a dead body thing. And I'm not saying he's going to like kill Mike Tyson. But like, of course, like Mike Tyson is not even close to his prime anymore. The reason why he took the fight against Roy Jones Jr. is because he did stem cell research on his body, and they gave him a whole new thing. It's like TRT, HGH, or whatever you want to call it. He felt fucking fantastic, and I'm not gonna lie, 56, he looks fantastic, and he was hitting the pads and cracking them. But you cannot take a fight on that stuff. So after he was done with the cycle, he took the fight after that, and we all saw the fight. It was a geriatrics at the park kind of shit, right? Like the underwater yoga with him and Roy Jones Jr. It wasn't good, but tip of the hat. Cool to see the legend get back in the ring and do a sparring session. Great. But for Jake Paul to see this as some type of gain in his life or career, like this is like the shittiest.
No, I think you have it backwards. I can see why Jake Paul takes this fight. I can't, and I've been thinking about it a little bit more than I like to admit.
No,
I can't for the life of me understand why Mike Tyson would take this fight. Does he need the money that bad?
No, I don't think it's about that.
So what's it about?
You know what I think it is?
What is it? Please tell me.
It wasn't this popular back in the day.
What wasn't this? I need
trend,
you to
the boxing, combat sports, the trend, everything like that. It wasn't this big.
You're telling me that Mike
Tyson
Tyson, the person that made probably the most money out of any boxer at that time, this is something that this doesn't again, it doesn't make any sense. This guy was at the top of the top, in his heyday. Like, what does this do for him?
I think, but you got to remember, back in the day, we didn't have the internet like the way we do.
But we knew who Mike Tyson was. I don't like. You're not. Doesn't make any sense to me. And you're not helping the cause. Like, you're not even like, this makes no, like, what does Mike Tyson have to gain from fighting Jake Paul? I can't come up with an answer. There's no answer.
I mean,
bro,
what is it, David? Tell me, what is it?
Think about it. So I'm a big, huge, like, motivational video guy, right? Did you guys ever see that clip where he was being interviewed and he had all his titles out and he was like, "This shit's fucking garbage. It's worth nothing." You guys ever saw that clip or no?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Chris saw that clip. So there's a clip where he got interviewed and he had all his titles out. He's like, "These are fucking worthless. These are fucking worthless." And he's like, the guy interviewing was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "At the time, like, it mattered, but after everything that happened to him in boxing, it doesn't fucking matter." So I think this is a lesson for Mike Tyson. Wants to teach him, like, you could beat me, you could do whatever, but in the end, it doesn't fucking matter.
So do you guys watch his podcast? You guys ever watch it?
I've seen a couple of them.
Inconsistently.
So on numerous occasions, he breaks down. Mike Tyson, he'll break down when explaining his boxing career, and he'll explain as he doesn't want to be that person anymore. He doesn't want to be that animal, because in order for him to fight, he's got to become an absolute animal. Yeah. And he does not like that person. He does not like that version of himself. He has spent the last 10 years, 15 years rebranding himself and staying away from that person, right? Yeah. So now you're telling me, now after me hearing you countless times say that now you want to get back in the boxing ring to fight Jake Paul.
Well, I mean, this goes off of what I was saying a couple months ago when we were talking about Tyson in the first place. I was always against him on like the Joe Rogan show, him hanging out with the Paul brothers, him hanging around with a bunch of influencers and fighters that are up nowadays, because all of them are going to be like etching him. They're going to be poking the bear. I was just talking about this with my students today. They're going to keep poking the bear until he does something stupid. And I don't mean stupid in the sense of like he's going to try to fight someone like the airplane situation or something like that. I mean, when he down, like, I guess downgrades, or I don't know how to say it. Like, he goes back to like his violent nature of it being okay, because psychologically, back in the day, he went through a lot of stuff, a lot of trauma as a man and as a person that was finding himself as a young person with a fuckload of power and unlimited resource. He beat the shit out of his ex-wife and went to prison. He was got out, then was taken in by Don King, who is probably one of the biggest, like, worst sideshow people in boxing. Like, he treated people like they were just money making tools. He didn't care for them, and he used them, gave them whatever they wanted, and that's between drugs, money, and alcohol. Like, they can do whatever they want. Like, Don King just gave that shit to him, and Mike Tyson didn't know how to filter that out and be a positive to a negative person, right? So the way you say rebranding, I feel like it's more in the sense that when his daughter passed away, like, his whole life like changed. He didn't want any of that. He wanted to understand, like, just how to live right. And then falling back into this stuff is kind of like I said, it's kind of like poking the bear. Joe Rogan, "Oh man, Mike, like, have you ever thought about it? Does it etch you?" And yes, like you said, he'll come out and be like, "No, that scares me." And he'll break down because he doesn't want that anymore. And then there's Joe Rogan. "Oh, but it'd be really cool though."
I think he needs the money. I think he needs the money.
Well, everybody does, man.
I think he needs the money.
He doesn't have the money like the way he used to, and I mean,
because nothing else makes sense. Nothing else makes sense. If he didn't need the money, he wouldn't be doing this. He needs the fucking money. I don't know what he did with all his money that he accumulated over the last 10, 15 years, but he needs the fucking money. This is a cash grab. Exactly what it is.
He should have done another Hangover, bro.
I mean, he would have been better off. Yeah, he'd been better off.
I mean, it was crazy. Like, there was a moment where, like, yeah, during the Hangover, he was doing that. He had his own cartoon on Cartoon Network. Like, he was just doing shit. Like, he was just having a good time.
I'm telling you, he went like he definitely spent the last 15 years of his life fixing it.
Yeah,
fixing it. You don't need to be in anyone's ring, bro.
No.
I'm sorry. And again, I'm blaming you because this is all your fault.
This is my fault.
This is all your fucking fault. And now that I think about it a little bit more, David, it's your fault too. I don't know why, but
fuck it,
bro.
Fuck it, everyone.
I'm blaming everyone besides Mike Tyson for this.
Dude,
one.
I 100% don't think people are gonna watch this shit.
What the fuck? I'm watching this shit. You kidding me?
What
the fuck are you talking about? I'm watching this shit.
You're gonna just fire stick it or some shit.
I didn't say I was gonna pay for it. I said I'm gonna watch it.
I 100% think people aren't gonna see this shit by purchasing it.
I'm watching this shit. I'm not paying for it. I'll watch this shit though.
Did you see the branding though? Like, did you see the video of them like on the tower and he flies in on the helicopter and looks at Mike Tyson? Did you see that shit or no?
I saw it.
Dude, Mike Tyson looks old as fuck, dude.
Because you know why he looks old as fuck?
Because he's old as fuck.
Because he's old as fuck, bro.
He's pushing.
Because he's old as fuck, bro. And he doesn't need to be. And he doesn't need to be fucking boxing anyone. That's why.
He's pushing 60, man. And me and a couple of my students, I do private lessons on Sunday, and me and my students were talking about it. I'm sorry, I'm chewing gummies because I'm trying to get active in my brain.
Gummies.
Choosing Mike Tyson gummies.
Are these like the special gummies or
7-Eleven, baby?
Oh, you're talking. Oh man, you got me soup for a second. I thought you were. You know what I mean?
How I come out, I'm like, yeah. Brian's like,
I got the regular fucking gummy bears.
Lame ass.
Fuck out of here. What are we doing?
12 flavors, man. That's all I know. One of them is just a sheer willpower flavor.
Fair enough.
Depression.
Yeah, listen, to each their own. Go ahead.
So, just in the sense, like, this is how crazy this fight is in my head.
Yeah.
If you were to leave a person, age Mike Tyson, on an island or in some type of survival situation with a person X, Jake Paul's age and physique, if you leave them both on an island, who survives? Who do you think would survive?
The fucking cameraman, bro.
Yeah. I'd probably put my money on Tyson.
To survive on an island, like just survival at 60?
That guy's
compared to a person who's like.
Listen, I am a Mike Tyson historian. I know everything about this guy.
I love Mike Tyson.
I know everything about this guy. You put him anywhere, and I think he'll survive. Just on sheer essence of rage age and just by primordial instinct, and that's what he lives off of. Is just that instinct to survive. But from his background to what he went through to just his life, he is a survivor. He survives. But so I'm not gonna put money against that guy on an island by himself. I'm not gonna put money up against him. He'll find a way to survive.
I don't know, man. Like, I was just talking about this with the guys today, and I was telling them, I was like, just the sheer idea of them surviving on an island, you would go for the more youthful person to be able to do more things, be able to do more stuff energetically.
What does youthful mean? Like, Jake Paul doesn't know shit. He ain't been through shit. Mike Tyson has been through everything. Yeah, I'm putting money on the person with the more experience in life than the young guy that doesn't know how to wipe his ass.
But you don't think being 60 is gonna matter? Just because he has pure survival rage, or it's just survival essence. Just 60 against just
survival instinct. I'm listen. This is what I'm taking, right? To put it simplistically, right? I'm taking experience in the age, the wisdom in the age, the fact that he is a natural born survivor, and that he knows how to survive. I am putting money up against that. What the fuck? Why do you have so much faith in Jake Paul surviving a fucking island? What the fuck? Where is this coming from?
I don't have faith in Jake Paul because, like I said, this fight is a lose-lose either way. And why do I say that? So for Mike Tyson, it's a win-lose, right? If Mike Tyson comes out, let's say he knocks out Jake Paul in one of the rounds, we all praise him because it's like, yes, like a Cinderella story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, good on him, dude. Fucking 60 years old. Mike Tyson's still the man. We love that. That's that fucking like, that's us as men seeing, fucking Nolan Ryan come back or Jordan shoot a fucking thing, or, that's them, the older cats coming back and teaching Hulk Hogan coming in and fucking dropping the leg, or Ric Flair doing the ball shot. Like, it's all that shit, like just coiled up into one big thing. If Mike Tyson loses, we feel bad. If Jake Paul wins, he beat the fuck out of a geriatric Mike Tyson past his prime. If he loses, fuck that guy. He's a pussy. He lost to Mike Tyson.
Even then, again, even if Jake Paul loses, he's still gonna get props because he went up against Mike Tyson. So again, from the first thing that I said, I see why it makes sense for Jake Paul to take this fight. It just doesn't make sense for Mike Tyson to take this fucking fight. It doesn't make any sense. And Naiko Cantu says it perfectly. Mike has gone through hard times, not eating and not having food some days, and Jake Paul's had it easy. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this guy has been through everything you can imagine and things that you can't even imagine. Mike Tyson has overcome it. So I'm putting my money on him.
Okay, I mean that makes sense. I personally think it's just a bad idea for Mike Tyson in general. Age-wise, youth-wise, against a youthful, more energetic and more active fighter. You know what I mean? Just being in there and doing stuff. I think, yes, he has experience, but the body doesn't answer by time when time runs out.
Yeah.
You go back and you watch him fighting Roy Jones Jr., and that wasn't anything close to being what Mike Tyson was in his prime. Yeah. Like nothing close to it. It was just, even I think we all watched that fight and we were just like, good job, guys. Good to see you out there doing a good sparring match or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you remember that fight. There's nothing explosive about it. So I don't know. I'm not saying that Jake Paul's going to get anything good. I just think it's a shit fight overall. And just the debacle of it just looks like shit. As a matter of fact, did you guys watch yesterday and all that shit or no?
What?
Did you get some fights yesterday? Sean O'Malley?
No, I saw the highlights. I was working. I didn't get a chance to watch the fights. I was invited to go watch the fights, but I didn't get a chance. David, did you watch the fights at all?
I watched some of them, but I left at the end because it was getting too fucking rowdy there.
Oh, where were you at? Damn, dude.
Bro, we're at Twin Peaks, bro, and people were excited because they showed Trump on the screen. It's fucking annoying, bro.
And they got mad or what?
They're like half of the bars just talking shit to each other, bro. Like they don't even fucking know. They don't know anything about politics, bro.
It was a Trump fight?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Argument, bro. I love a Trump fight.
Damn, that's crazy as fuck.
It's nothing like that.
One of the fights that I was really excited for yesterday was the debut of Michael Venom Page.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with Michael Venom Page. He's a pretty explosive fighter coming out of different organizations. Finally made his MMA debut with the UFC against Kevin Holland, a fucking huge crowd favorite. Probably one of like the top upcomers and stuff like that. Not one of the top 10s, but he's up there in the division. And MVP did really good, super explosive, but he was struggling with it, man. He was struggling with him. It kind of, I was expecting a lot more. And at the ending of the fight, like he was still doing a lot of his defensive work. I kind of felt like he was going to like gas out. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, man, that's kind of rough for this dude. Cause he's super explosive. And then Kevin Holland, like kind of like, if you watch MMA, Kevin Holland for talking mad shit. He's just talking mad shit at all. And at the end of the match, like he just straight told that dude, like, bro, all you did was run. You just pissed, like, you fucking, these guys wasted their money watching you. So interesting shit, man. Interesting shit. Sean O'Malley did exceptionally well. What is his name? The other guy, Dustin Poirier, did super good. And then Rafael Dos Anjos was on the prelims, dude.
I saw that. That's what I saw. It was on ESPN. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That's nuts, man. That guy used to be like main event kind of shit. Now he's in the prelims. Yeah. That's easy how to see like how the division works.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall. And then of course we had Ngannou, right? Fighting off
knocked the fuck out.
Get knocked the fuck out, man. What do you think that does for the sport of like MMA?
He's not a boxer, bro. He's not a boxer. And he went up against Joshua, who was a bona fide stud. I mean, he got his ass beat too a few times. But like I just think that he shouldn't have been in that ring.
Oh wow, Curtis Bladis. Yeah, he was on the prelims too. Motherfucker, man. That's crazy. What's up, King Yeti? Good to have you, man. That's wrong hole, man. But yeah, that well, I mean, again, but dude, but did you see his payout though?
Who's no, I didn't see it.
Ngannou? $20 million, dude.
I mean, that's worth getting knocked out over, I guess. I'll get knocked out over $20 million. Fuck it.
But in the UFC at championship level, 60,000.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts, man. That's again like these freelance fighters getting out of the UFC and going out and doing their own thing and just making way more money.
That was in Saudi Arabia. Where was that Ngannou fight?
Yeah, it was Saudi Arabia.
Was Saudi Arabia. Yeah, you got that Saudi money, bro. Like they'll spend it if it's gonna create
While you're in the
a
ring, they're
buzz.
just fucking throwing money at you guys and shit.
Yeah,
Right.
bro.
Fucking,
Like
dude, I'm
they
a
got
stripper.
that Saudi money,
Fucking
that
get the
oil
stripper
money over
man.
there, bro.
Yeah, that's very much like the way Mike Perry did when he left and went into the bare knuckle championships.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, tomorrow I'm supposed to be working with Eric Lozano, who's on the undercard of the Michael Perry fight. I'm really helping him out doing mitts and all that stuff tomorrow. I'm supposed to be working with him this week. So you guys get a chance to check him out. Eric Lozano, he's from Ed Cal Chelsea, he's a local guy, bare knuckle fighter, pretty solid dude. But yeah, man, it's been a crazy week of fights and stuff. I was super excited. Like, I hadn't been this excited for fights in a while. And then the Mike Tyson thing dropped, and then it just bummed me the fuck out. It just bummed me out. But yeah, in other news, we'll go ahead and start getting into our regular terms of conversation. I want to put this out there at the very beginning because it's very important. We had a passing of probably one of the most influential manga creators in the last God, man, fucking lifetime, bro.
Just ever.
Yeah,
ever.
man. Akira Toriyama, the person who created Dragon Ball Z, passed away this past week, or actually on the 1st. And then on the 4th, they released it out to the public and let people know that he had already passed. Man, I know, like for Brian, how did it get you, man? Because I know that you, between all of us, is like the biggest Dragon Ball fan. Like you're really, really into it.
Yeah.
How did it hit you? When, I mean, of course it hit a lot of people like all over the place. I think we saw it everywhere.
Yeah, dude, it sucked. It was a rough day. Because it came out of nowhere. See, the thing about Akira Toriyama is that he was a reclusive. He was very low key. You didn't hear much about him. He doesn't like doing promotion. He doesn't like doing interviews. The interviews that you may find are old as fuck. Like he doesn't like to be in the spotlight. So to hear any news about him, it's kind of big news. And then to hear that this happened out of nowhere, and he was still young. He was still a relatively young. It sucked, man. It sucked because this guy, whether at certain times I acknowledge it or not, he's had a big influence on my life, and on a grander scale, he's had a bigger influence on a lot of people's lives. He has single-handedly brought every nationality, ethnic group, background, race, creed, gender together off of a fucking manga, off of a fucking cartoon
that a lot of people didn't think was going to work.
And that's amazing. You can't duplicate that. You can't replicate that. That's something that doesn't happen all the time. You may have a niche group of people that may like something or get attracted to something, but you won't have something that attracts everyone. Anyone can tell you a story about them watching Dragon Ball Z or reading the manga, or even going to his earlier work. This guy was a fucking millionaire before he started Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
He was
he had another show that was really important.
He had another manga, but he was a bona fide multi-millionaire in Japan before he even started Dragon Ball. So once he knew he was him, and he had the funding to do whatever the fuck he wanted, and he had the backing of anyone that just wanted to throw money at him, no one could tell him anything. That's the reason why Dragon Ball was such a success, because he didn't have any chains around him. He didn't have any type of hurdles. He didn't have anything. He had free range to do whatever the fuck he wants, and it worked. It worked. It's still going on to this day. I have a whole group chat dedicated to just a sliver of this guy's life work. And that's amazing. So we lost a good one, man. We lost a good one. It sucked. It came sudden. I'm still not over it. I'm still kind of shocked, to be honest with you. It just sucks, man. I have a question for the both of you guys, and I'll start with David. David, I'm not sure how familiar you are with Akira Toriyama, but what was your introduction to Dragon Ball, or did you have an introduction to Dragon Ball, or how did you hear about Dragon Ball, or what was your first experience with Dragon Ball, if you will?
So me and Nick actually talked about this on the podcast. So the very first time I watched Dragon Ball, bro, was the summer and it was when he was doing the whole training with Piccolo and Dragon Ball, like, you know, when they were kids and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like the very first time I ever watched, you know, an anime cartoon or whatever. And it was just good. But, you know, growing up, I had to get at a certain time, right? At 10 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whenever they would air it. But I think that kind of helped me get into, I mean, I'm not a huge anime fan, but, you know, I watched Dragon Ball pretty much up to like the Cell Saga, more or less, kind of where I paid more attention. But it was something different because I was so used to like Power Rangers, the cuts and stuff like that. But then being introduced to the Dragon Ball, I was like, oh shit, like these shows are fucking good, right? And then if it came on in Spanish, because obviously where we're at close to the border, that kind of taught me a little bit of Spanish, right? Because I just wanted to watch it because the action, the transporting and all that stuff, the graphics. So that was the very first time I was introduced. And I want to say maybe like 5th grade, elementary.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm 32 going on 33. So like just do the math, you know? So that was my first time.
Chris?
When I was young, we used to have video stores that were like mom and pop video stores. And there was one called Video Mart here in Edinburgh. And Video Mart literally had all the films, Planet, Tree of Life. What is the other one? Fucking Garlic Jr., BoJack, like all the movies, right?
Yeah.
And that was kind of like my first introduction to it. Like, was the Tree of Might. That was like the one that I first saw. That was like, you know, Gohan peeing over the edge on Krillin's head and just real silly shit. Dragons for no reason. That he eats a fucking fruit and he's like just jacked up in his mind, just stoned out of his mind, like doing dances and shit. But I was always really impressed with the animation of the fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it was always so smooth. And yeah, like during that time, like, yeah, there was like Ranma 1/2. There was, you know, Yu Yu Hakusho. There was Ijima no Ippo.
Mm-hmm.
There was like the boxing one, but you'd have to really Fist of the North Star. You really got to look around for these kind of films to really get at it, right? To be able to watch them and stuff. And we just had the opportunity to have a store that had them, the majority of them. You know, we really didn't get to, like, it's like David said, like, it would come out on like the Spanish channels, but you need to know when they watch it. My Spanish is shit, dude. So like, I wasn't learning jack shit watching that, but I could watch it, but I wasn't getting anything out of it. And then not only that, they would also show the movies more often than the series during that time. So it wasn't like we were getting like the Cell Saga at the same time. It's when it popped off on Funimation and Cartoon Network. When they were doing it in Tsunami, that everybody had that opportunity, like right after school, boom. And then again, like at 5 in the morning, they showed it at 5 in the morning again. And you can either see it in the morning or you can see it right after school. I remember, dude, I had like, I don't even know if people remember what they're called, but like VHSs, I used to have my shit like locked and loaded. It would record the episode. I'd watch it and record it. I'd pause the fucking recording during commercials just so I could have it like, you know, that crisp. Yeah, no breaks. Of course, I got out of it during the Boo Saga. I got kind of like, I was kind of like, I had already seen so much, right?
Me and my friends argue about this all the time. Boo Saga is fucking goat.
I mean, it's good. I'm not gonna say because you get like Majin Vegeta, but there was just something about it that it just like the Cell Saga was so long that going into another saga that you knew was going to be long, like I just felt
saga was long as fuck too, bro.
Yeah, dude. The only thing that I got out of that saga, which was my greatest thing, was Vegeta sacrificing himself. I think at that time, like Vegeta was probably like everybody's favorite character at the time. And then he goes Majin, he goes evil again, goes after Goku, and then you realize he just did it because he just wanted an opportunity to fight him again. Like kind of like just like he didn't even give a fuck. Like the world was being invaded. He was just like, I got an excuse. Let me whip that ass. Like, but then there was that point where he, you know, Boo's running amok. He has Trunks with him. He has Gotens with him. Fucking sucker punches Gohan and Gotens or Trunks and Gotens and fucking like, yo, get them the fuck out of here. Like, I'm gonna go do my shit. You remember that shit?
Boo was a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, he was Vegeta, man. Yeah, I feel like that was it. Like the one when Vegeta finally turned Super Saiyan is like the one that like finalized me as a fan.
Okay.
Like when he's like staring up at the rain, and he has his whole monologue, and I was like, yo, I'm about this fucking show. Like it was something, and then that pushed me into the martial arts. You know, it pushed me more. And then you see it everywhere, like how much influence in the martial arts world, how everybody pushes to be like Goku, fucking karate gis, fucking workout equipment. Everything is fucking Dragon Ball Z. Like there's people that like make custom outfits just to be able to look like the characters and lift weights, or fucking spar, or fucking gloves that are the color, fucking Vegeta armor that are like Muay Thai shorts and pants and gear. And it's so influential as to what this man was able to accomplish in a lifetime. Like I feel like that is like the prime example of human existence, to be able to leave your legacy so much that it changes the world in a positive way.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so cool. And then not only that, like I say this almost every other week, what a time to be alive. People will only get to hear of his legend, and we were here during his time.
Absolutely.
That's like awesome.
Elizabeth in the comments says Perfect Cell is still my favorite villain. I will partially agree. I am a Kid Buu and Frieza fan, to be honest with you. But I mean, good choice. I have no problems with Cell at all. It's a perfect villain. So good, kudos to you. Naiko Cantu said Kid Buu and Vegeta my favorite. So the fight between Kid Buu and Vegeta is legendary in my group chat. I'm not the biggest Vegeta fan at all. Actually, that's putting it mildly. I think he's fucking annoying. But Kid Buu whooped his ass. And that point blank holding Vegeta's head and that blast. That's actually like a GIF. You can go on your phone right now and get that GIF. That GIF is fucking hard as hell. Kid Buu is my favorite version of Buu. That motherfucker was a pain in the ass. I can go on and on about this. I usually get in the how you and I have these fucking arguments and disagreements and just conversations all the time. I do this shit all the goddamn time with my friends in our group chat. This right here behind me is probably one of my favorite scenes in Dragon Ball history. Frieza and Goku together to take out Jiren. Take out Jiren. That gave me. I even think about it right now.
Yeah, dude, that was the whole power tournament was a whole gift, man.
Dragon Ball Super is slept on. I think it's probably one of the best Dragon Ball arcs of all time. The Tournament of Power is legendary. I love it. I still watch it to this day. I even got one of my good friends into it, and I told him, listen, just watch it. Once you get to Super, once you get to the Tournament of Power, hit me up. We'll watch it together, because Tournament of Power, everyone needs to watch that. Fuck that. I don't care who you are. Tournament of Power is awesome. It's probably giving you the best Kamehameha of all time, to be honest with you.
Yo, dirty. I need to know what one of your arguments is, like one of your disagreements in your chat. Like, what's one of the biggest?
It's Vegeta. No, it's Vegeta. I'm not a big Vegeta fan. I'm not a big Vegeta fan. I'm not a big Trunks fan. And a lot of the people in my group chat are huge Vegeta fans, huge Trunks fans. I just don't get it. I respect it. I just don't get it, and that's relatively the basis of our arguments for the most part. Because
it's just a sense of like the character, or what?
I just think that Vegeta has what he really has. His whole story is him playing second best. He's always playing second best. He's never that guy. It's always Goku.
Yeah, he's never that good.
Yeah, he's always playing second in command, and I don't understand the appeal of that. He's just trying to hold his followers. Listen, I told you, I argue about this shit almost on a weekly basis. I call Vegeta vagina, so it's just what I do, bro.
Oh man, that's dirty, man.
That's my name for him, bro.
That's fucking okay. Well, let me ask you something then. Like, since we're always talking about, I mean, we discuss this kind of stuff all the time. How people can make it better, kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
In the sense of having a character like Vegeta, because you do understand that he's a good supporting cast role.
No, dude, I told you, I'm kind of goading, and I'm kind of just I think trolling. I'm trolling a little bit. I respect Vegeta. I know. He's fucking awesome. But he's always playing second fiddle. You know why? You know what it is? I get shit so much about Frieza, and I get shit so much about Jiren, because Jiren is fucking god tier for me. that I have to pick somebody to beat up on. And who the fuck is easier to beat up on than fucking Vegeta, bro?
Krillin.
That guy's a walking fucking target. Like I can just
Krillin.
But that's like low hanging fruit.
Low hanging fruit. Yeah,
that's low hanging fruit.
That's low hanging fruit.
That's low hanging.
It's not even
fruit,
a challenge, my guy. I think the easiest terminology or the easiest example of what Vegeta plays in the series is during the Super Saga.
Sorry, Elizabeth.
When he's telling Goku that he has to do it because he's the king and for the Saiyan race. Remember when he's like yelling at him from the sidelines kind of shit?
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's his whole shtick.
Yeah.
Like he's never supposed to be that guy. You know what I mean? He's always going to be second fiddle because Goku is like the legendary Super Saiyan other than what Broly is physically, right? Because physically, Broly is the legendary Super Saiyan of prophecy.
Yeah.
But in prophetic, like spirituality, like Goku is the actual like hero of heroes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's super crazy. It's so cool to see it written in that format because usually in most series, it would just be like the Broly character.
Yeah.
Like he is just that guy and that's who he is and that's it. Like the chosen one or whatever. But in this one, you have several chosen ones. Vegeta will, I guess, like in prophecy will restart planet Vegeta and bring back the Saiyan race. Broly will be like the I guess like a god because he was born into godhood.
Mm-hmm.
And then Goku will always be like that one hero that was like the one that rose from the ranks to give inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to give it to Broly because it's like, fuck, he's already got it. Like, you know what I mean? He has to have like problems. He's got to have like, you know, red flags. He's got to like, you know, like he pisses on the bed or whatever. Like you got to give him something that people are like, he's fucking good, but man, he's a fucking piece of shit at the same time. Yeah. And then you got your one guy that you always think is going to fail. And then he rises to the top. Like it's such great storytelling if you break it down. Like everybody plays their roles, even Bulma. I fucking hate Bulma, dude. Like I fucking hate Bulma. But like I thought it was such an amazing scene when what's his name? The cat guy. I'm just lost.
Beerus.
Yeah, Beerus slaps her and fucking Vegeta snaps. Yeah. I was like, yo, bet, dude, you better kick his ass, dude. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I didn't want to see her get hit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like her either, but goddamn.
King, before you go on, King Yeti says, but Gohan could have been even stronger, and he hates how they nerfed Gohan. Listen, man, you have no one to blame but the fans. They were gonna go full force with Gohan, but the fans rejected him.
Yeah,
the fans rejected him.
That's the red hood, boy.
And so they made a game time decision, audible play, and they continued the story with Goku. So I hated it too. I was on board, and they just nerfed him so much and for so long. I just didn't care about the guy. I didn't care about him anymore.
When was your point that you lost interest in Gohan as a character?
When he put on like goddamn tracksuit.
Tracksuit.
You
didn't like the green tracksuit?
Nah,
the Saiyan Man.
Yeah, no.
I fucking lost faith in Saiyan Man. When they did the Saiyan Man shit, I was like, this is stupid as fuck. This guy.
Yeah, there's multiple points of entry on this question. It's just like they just did him so dirty. It got to the point where I just didn't care anymore.
But you're talking about Resurrection, the movie, right?
I'm talking about like just in general, like
during Resurrection F, right, or whatever it was, when he put on the green tracksuit and all of Frieza's guys show up.
Yeah,
and he fucking takes his glass. That is such a G, like. Man, he looked fucking cool doing that shit. That was like straight up like old school Jackie Chan, old school like Bruce Lee films.
But everything, all right. So that point was cool, right? But everything leading up to that, he's a
bitch. Yeah,
exactly. I'm glad you said it because I would have said something a little bit more harsh than that. But like everything leading up to that just pissed me off.
Yeah, for Gohan is like Sage Northcutt. Like he's just like. He just looks like the nerdiest motherfucker in the playground, but then he takes off his shirt and he's built to fuck and he's ready to fucking beat the shit out of you. And I was like, I get it, man. I get it. But like, yeah, they didn't do anything with him. He looked cool beating a bunch of Frieza's guys, but those are like
that's what he was reduced to, beating up the fucking
Frieza's guys,
the background characters and
fighting with Tien and Yamcha and shit. Fighting alongside
and then honestly, if it's canon now, as apparently after that stupid fucking Gohan movie, Gohan and Piccolo are just as powerful as Instinct. Gohan and fucking Vegeta, which makes absolutely fucking no sense. But whatever.
Who's in your David? What about you? What about your character that you like?
Oh, bro,
gravitate to the most?
I had this whole conversation last time. I'm gonna piss off fucking Brian. I was a big Trunks fan, bro.
Oh, God.
Good duck.
That guy's a fucking liability, bro.
Yeah,
He's a
so
fucking
bad.
liability.
He's a little shit, man. Why? What's up, David? Let me know. Let me ask first though.
Sure.
Future Trunks or present day Trunks? Which one? Because present day Trunks is a little bit motherfucker.
I want to say it was Future Trunks, bro, when it was during the
Cell
series or whatever,
Yeah.
Cell Saga, when he was first introduced, and I'm like, the fucking guy has a sword. That's fucking cool. And that's what just made me like Trunks, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
I never understood the sword thing either, man. These motherfuckers are.
I get it.
Bullets.
That was cool, but since then, like after that, right? So like again, I talk about great intro. But ever since then, he really, he fell off a lot.
Yeah, the moment Goku instant transmissions to him, and he's like, this guy he can instant Super Saiyan. I only heard stories about. I was like, man, dude, quit. Just stop blowing him already, bro. Like, stand your ground, man.
I'm gonna piss everybody off that's listening, so I'm just gonna shut up when it comes to Dragon Ball Z because, like, I do this for fun on my weekdays. Like, I do this shit all the time.
I do this shit for fun.
I do shit for fun.
Yeah, I'm not like a big Trunks. Okay, but let me ask you guys, which is a character that you feel is the most underutilized out of the Dragon Ball series?
Underutilized?
Yeah.
I think. Dave, do you want to go? Because I may have a few here.
I mean, underutilized. I would have to say Krillin, bro. That's gonna be the first one pops in my brain.
God.
No,
you know what? I can't. I kind of see where you're going with that, but Krillin is an OG triple OG. He's been there since like
the beginning,
since literally like the first manga. He's been like Goku's right hand man.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can't say he's underutilized.
He could be,
but I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I just feel like it sucks because they never gave him extra potential. Yeah. Like an unlocked ability. They never let him grow as a person more, even though he was always there, like doing it. Like for me, the one character I always felt was underutilized, and I thought he was fucking awesome, was Tien. I think Tien was like, man, dude, he was so cool. Like just every movement that he did was always so great. But then, they just
Tien, huh? You look like a Yamcha kind of guy to me.
Yamcha, I like that he went to sports, dude.
You look like
I was
a
waiting for one of those
Yamcha
guys.
kinda
I was
guy,
waiting for one of those guys to get into sports and just abuse their power, dude. Fuck Yamcha, man.
Fucking Yamcha got his girl taken and didn't do shit about it, bro.
I'll
never respect that guy for that. That's fucked up, yo. They ain't have to do my guy.
What's he gonna do? Vegeta gonna whip him. He's gonna get Bulma and then get Yamcha right after, man. Goddamn. But I think Tien was so underutilized. I think he was so cool. Like just his charismaticness, his character, his persona, like just the way he carried himself as a person in the show. I always thought he deserved more. Like when he was fighting Cell. And he fucking keeps on hitting him and using that one technique to smash him, and it makes like a giant triangle hole. Like, just all that shit was like that was like badass. Like, yeah, that was my underutilized character. I always wanted something more from him.
Bulma's the thought.
I mean, she gets around, bro.
She's something, man. I'll tell you.
She brought Vegeta those clothes out the shower, bro, and it was a wrap. There was no turning back after that one.
I think you know what. As a matter of fact, I think the other underutilized character, but this was because of the series, is when they turned Boo into a kid, and then they just left it at that. Okay. Like they never like returned to him. I think they tried to like in some of the series after.
So wait, what do you mean? You mean like with Kid Buu?
Yeah, well, no. Remember they take Buu and they make him a human being. Okay. And then Goku fights him in the Tournament of Power, or the tournament that they use like on Earth or whatever.
He never made it to the Tournament of Power.
No. But he should have been. Like that motherfucker was strong.
I don't like Fat Buu, by the way.
Oh no, fuck Fat Buu. No, I'm not talking about Fat Buu. Fuck that guy.
What are you talking about then?
I'm talking about the little Indian kid. Oob. I'm talking about Oob.
Okay.
Yeah, Oob. Like they change him. They make the wish and they turn him into a little kid, and then Goku just like I guess uses him to beat the fuck out of him as a training dummy in space or whatever. But like they never go back to it. Like, Oob. They never go back to him. Like they should have at least brought him instead of fucking. And I'm no shitting on him, but like Master Roshi, like bro, like you have Oob. Like it's like you put in Master Roshi into the fucking Tournament of Power. Like it was cool, but again, like it was such a great scene that they gave him because they at least gave him his flowers. But you could have brought Oob. Like that would be like more of a all right. This guy's strong. He lives on Earth. You know he does some shit. Like I used to train with this dude. Like why don't I bring this guy?
Yeah.
Who would have been an interesting character. And then not only that, like, I'm guessing he's practically human, right? So he would be like the strongest human being on Earth, past Krillin. Like that'd be cool. Like, you know, then you got a whole new character that you can fuck with.
I think most underutilized. I got a few. I think 17 they could use a lot more often. He's awesome. I
He
like
did fucking great in the power tournament.
The tournament
That's
power.
so
He
cool,
definitely showed up. Also Goten. I don't know like what the fuck they're doing with Goten, but Goten is very underutilized, being that he's from the bloodline. And honestly, Jiren, I haven't heard like Jiren hasn't been anywhere since the Tournament of Powers. So like, I would love to see more Jiren.
I had a really good idea, man, but nobody picked it up. And I thought it would have been cool if Vegeta would have left with Jiren's team and joined them in space and done that intergalactic like sheriff shit. I think Vegeta, because Vegeta needs to get away from Goku. Like he needs to be removed from the team to be successful on his own.
I think we're at a point where they both need each other. Like you need to have Vegeta there. I rip on him and I talk shit, but I think Goku needs Vegeta.
Like
and
as his like
vice versa.
Jiminy Cricket kind of thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I think they both need each other. So I wouldn't break that up.
He plays a good master, like a chess masterpiece kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right. No, I see that. Dave, what about you?
But I mean, Trunks was my favorite underutilized Krillin. I would probably say, I don't know, bro, because I didn't watch too much of it. I would still have to stick with Krillin, bro, to be honest.
Yeah, Krillin.
I think he could have done more instead of like filling gaps. I feel like his role was a lot of filling gaps between what was going on.
And just dying when someone needed some push.
Naiku Cantu said he also likes Hit. I love Hit. I think the back and forth with him and Goku are fucking awesome. I think.
Oh yeah, dude.
I think Hit in the Tournament of Power was awesome, even though he got tanked a little bit. But I love Hit.
Jiren's just a beast, though, man. Like,
Jiren is just a man, dog. Like,
I like how they did that in that Tournament of Power where they put Hit up against him, and instantly Jiren took his ass out. Because you remember that a while back, Goku was struggling to keep up with this dude.
Yo, this is one of the things that like I get shit talked about Jiren all the time, which it just boggles my fucking mind. The majority of the Tournament of Power, Jiren was in base form. He was in base form and he was beating the shit out of everyone and everyone moving at peak fucking performance.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't power up until literally like the last like 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Goku got his ass beat multiple times by this guy Jiren, yo. Jiren's the fucking man, bro. I don't care.
Yeah, Jiren's pretty solid.
Jiren's the fucking man. That's my guy.
I think strategically he just made mistakes, but I think it's necessary. They'll do some type of return later on.
I'm gonna get off this because again I could talk about this all night. But that's a great question, Naiku Cantu. That is something that I argue about all the goddamn time. If Broly was in a Tournament of Power, I think he would have went up against Jiren and Jiren would have beat him easily because Broly has no training. He has no training. He's just all aggression, all power. He needs to focus. He needs to, have that in going in a certain direction. He would have been fine, but as Broly is right now, bro, he would have got tanked.
Yeah, I think what would have happened is Broly would have done a bunch of mad shit, taken out a bunch of the low class people. Jiren or fucking the guy with the big hands, Mappo or Napo. They would have seen that shit and been like, yo, let me go slap this dude real quick. He needs to be out of here. Can't have this shit.
Yeah.
Like taking care of a wild dog. You just need to get someone on him strong. And then once you get him chained back up, you put him back in his cage and that's it. I think that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
That's strategics, man. That's strategics right there. Jiren would have slapped the shit out of him real quick. Hit him with everything he got real quick. Get him slapped out and been like, bloop, like sit him into the bleachers. And he'd been like, the fuck just happened?
He would have fucked Broly up.
Yeah. And then that was
we have this conversation all the time in my group chat.
It would have been cool to see like a nice like animated part of him versus that chick though. Khalifa.
Okay,
yeah. That would have been cool to see like Broly versus Khalifa, like because that's like the mirror image of each other, like in 2 different dimensions. That would have been pretty rad. I think it would have been funny as fuck if Jiren just flew in and took them both out with a clothesline or some shit, and just threw them both out of the fucking ring.
That Kamehameha from fucking Goku on.
Damn, dude, I fucking love that shit. That was so good.
It's literally number one of Kamehamehas. There's no better Kamehameha than that. I promise you.
Good shit. That's fucking solid. But yes, going back to the very beginning, what great memories that we've had with the series. You guys in your comment section also tell us like what are your favorite memories from the Dragon Ball series in respect to Akira Toriyama's passing. So thank you very much, Kira Sensei. Onwards to the next part, guys. Easy stuff, nothing too crazy. The Fallout trailer just dropped this past week. Also, Brian, did you get to see the Fallout trailer? David, did you get to see it? I
did not. You're gonna have to tell me about it. I didn't get a chance to see it.
I think it looks fantastic.
Okay.
I think to show recommendation, I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks really, really good. The Brotherhood of Iron looks great, dude. Like a lot of people, of course, I think we've all seen it, was the Halo drop in Paramount plus the series. I think season 2 just dropped. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the season 2 I've heard is a lot better than season 1 for Halo. If you guys are checking it out, if you haven't, I understand too. But
show sucks.
Yeah, dude, season 1 was a hard watch. But I heard season 2 is a little bit better. But the Brotherhood of Iron looks fantastic in the trailer.
Okay.
Like just great. The CG looks a little Dungeons and Dragons-ish when it comes to like the animals, or like Pokemon Detective, the movie. Like, you know, it's CG, but you know they're trying to kind of make it look a little bit more realistic. But yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, it's going to be quirky. It's going to be silly. I think it's going to have just the same kind of like quips and quotes as the game has. Were you a big fan of the Fallout series?
Who?
Oh, both of you.
Oh, no, I was not. No, this is definitely your time to shine.
Yeah, like for me, I thought the series was pretty good. I think Vegas was probably the better story. Yeah. But Fallout 4 did have its good parts. The DLCs were really great. Added a lot of like automatons that you could fuck with. A lot of story building or
I was gonna say the only one that I'm familiar with is Vegas. That's the only one I'm familiar with. To be honest with you.
But Vegas, I think, was like probably the better story, which was like, the first session is like you wake up, you're kind of like, it's like a mob scene. You're in the desert, you get fucking hit by or get shot and you get put in a grave, and you wake up and then you got to go unlock the mystery of why you shot and put in a grave or a shallow grave in a desert. And yeah, just the whole format of it being like the Wild West with like a weird like nuclear family retro concept, post-apocalyptic after like a nuclear holocaust it's just fun. It's just, I think it's good old-fashioned fun when it comes to the storytelling. But I don't really know what part of the series they're going to follow. It looks like they're following Fallout 4, which is like the very beginning of the game. You start off as a regular nuclear family, which is like during the 40s and 50s of American communities, I guess. And they're selling nuclear fallouts, like in case because of the Russian Cold War, I'm guessing, during that part of history, World War I or whatever. And apparently like nukes start dropping, so people start running for the nuclear bases that they have, and a bunch of people survive and a bunch of people don't. They're in the rooms for 50, 60, 70 years, and then they start sending people out because resources are becoming scarce in the tanks, in the fallout units. And they're sending them out, and when they do send them out, it's like one at a time. A couple people take off, and then they just never come back because the world is really weird. It's just really, really weird. So, it's very, it kind of has like a Twisted Metal vibe. Remember the Twisted Metal series with Anthony Mackie?
Yeah.
It's got like that kind of vibe where like they get out of like walls, and then there's like a post-apocalyptic world. They got to transfer between cities and states and try to create human life again or whatever. So
yeah.
Is it anything of interest to you guys? Like when you guys see the trailers or any of the thing, like, or any of the, I don't know, like the stuff you know about Fallout already, like does a show interest you at all?
Honestly, I again, I haven't seen the trailer. Once I see it, maybe. But again, I'm not a big fan of the game, so it would have to be something that really, really interests me in the trailer. Now, it's David, not something that I'm just gonna go out of my way to go watch.
Like to go watch and stuff. Yeah. Now, David, I know you guys on the podcast you guys had this week, you guys kind of chatted about it, right?
Yeah. So we watched the trailer live reaction with Nick.
Nice.
So I'm not a big Fallout fan. I think I played Vegas for a small period of time when I rented it from Hollywood Video. Remember Hollywood Video? And I couldn't get into it, bro. Like at that time, that type of game, I just rented it to rent it, right? And I just couldn't get into it. But when I was watching the trailer, it looked like it caught my attention. You know, the biggest thing is like the Mandalorian. When I watched that trailer, it caught my attention, and Mandalorian's like one of my favorite shows. I don't think Fallout's gonna get to that degree, but what Amazon doing, what Prime's doing, because it's being released on Prime, I think with the re-release of Roadhouse, and a lot of the exclusives that they're doing, I think they're just taking the big risk on it. But I probably watch a couple episodes, see if it's worth it. But just game wise, I haven't played the game, but I ain't gonna lie about that shit.
Okay, good stuff. Well, yeah, for me, playing the game, I'm excited to see it. It's kind of like Borderlands, like there is some kind of coherent story, but it's like a big world that you can just like do whatever the fuck you want. Fallout's pretty much the same way.
Okay.
And I feel like that's kind of like, that's why it doesn't correlate like the way Last of Us is, because that's very path driven. It's very like, you start the game, you got to go through a straight line. You can't really deviate too much. It keeps you on the story because it's what keeps it going. So I kind of feel like it's very like open to what it can do as a show. If that makes sense, right?
Okay.
Because
listen, if they can make a Twisted Metal fucking
work,
game, then and honestly, you got to use the word "work" loosely because that show was a fucking shit show. It was the first episode of Twisted Metal was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I can't deny it. The first episode was really, really good.
And then
it just started falling apart at the seams. Yeah, it got kind of weird.
But the last episode kind of like saved grace a little bit. Right?
The last episode was pretty good.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this fits in the same format because of how open it is to the idea of the story. Like originally the story was like a person leaves or person that's put in like cryostasis has like a weird dream that their parents are killed or something, that someone like comes in the middle of their stasis and they're kind of like almost woken up and then go back to sleep. Later on, they actually wake up because their stasis is broken, and then they move around and they get out. Once they get outside, that's crazy. I hated
Chrissy.
Wow, that's crazy. We have to talk about that one day. But hold on, let me break this down so that way you get an idea. They send them out in the world. They go out in the world.
I'd rather argue with Chrissy over this shit. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I know. I was like, hold on. That'll be a whole conversation. I got to know why. You got to put in the comment section why you hate it. That's super important. You got to know. Tell us why. That's so funny. A person wakes up, goes out into the world, learns that the world is like, I guess there's still people in it, but like all the nuclear radiation and all the freaks and all the things, like everything's dangerous. But there's an overarching story that there's like this really technologically driven community that's out there somewhere, like the people in black, like suits kind of thing, like the MIB kind of stuff. Only to find out later that it's like the person that was in cryostasis, his father, who I don't know, just did some shit where they like found out how to time travel or teleport, and they've been kind of like Illuminati running the world in the background as to what they feel is what's necessary in this like post-apocalyptic world to be in the best in the resources and all that shit.
Fucking multiverse.
You make a choice. You can either kill them or fucking let them live. And that's it. It's really fucking, it's a simple fucking story. It's literally just saying like, well, good, you survived the Holocaust and all this nuclear radiation. I'll get back out there and fucking live life, baby. Like, welcome to the Wild West. That's all it is. Like, so there's not really like a two-all, end-all story of it. So I don't know how it's going to play out in the sense of giving us like a really good, coherent story.
Listen, I'm going to let you check it out first. Yeah. And then I'm going to let you report back. And then if you say, it's cool, I may check it out.
Yeah. It's one of those that I was like, I'm probably going to have to dip my toes in it first and let you guys know how it goes. It's a niche, man. The one that I was kind of excited for and haven't seen was Damsel, the Millie Bobby Brown. She had a new show that's like very Lord of the Ring-ish.
Okay.
And it dropped on Netflix, and apparently like it was like a huge flop. Like no one's watching it. But it's just, I just don't think there's a lot of promotion for a lot of the Netflix stuff except for like the big rewind that they had at the beginning of the year. So like I'm going to probably try to check it out with like tonight. And then I'll put it up in the group chat or whatever, how it is. I'll put it up in the Average Boys page also if anybody wants to go check it out later and stuff. I do want to let you guys know if it's good or not.
I have a question before we get over to the next.
Well, you got to check out Chrissy's comment. That's where.
I'm trying not to because that's going to because first off, the episode that she's talking about is like one of the best episodes of TV ever. Like,
it really came off that way. It got so much praise.
But I have a question though. Does Zack Snyder interview that he did with Joe Rogan? Did you guys see that?
No, I didn't. I heard about it.
What? Okay. That guy, all right, so he didn't do himself any favors. He was talking about a whole bunch of shit. Because like when you go on Joe Rogan's show, you're just gonna be all over the fucking place.
Yeah,
like,
everybody's smoking out, drinking.
Yeah, it's just wild. He went on there and he said a whole bunch of shit about like Batman and about Batman not being able to kill if he was able to, do another Batman. And he was talking about Barbie and about trying to like say how what's that stupid fucking show he came out with on Netflix? Rebel Moon. How Rebel Moon is not movie, not show. That Rebel Moon was more popular than Barbie or some shit like that. And I'm like, yo, what universe are you living in, bro?
Yeah,
like you guys have to stop going on Joe Rogan's and whatever he has you guys smoking, you guys have to stop smoking.
Yeah, stop taking shrooms, stop taking all that shit. Dude, it's my favorite saying from this past week. My best friend Chrisella got me saying it is Delulu is the Salulu. I hate it. He's delusion. He's Delulu. That's the fucking funniest word I've heard all week. And that makes perfect sense. Zack Snyder's never been on his rocker to me ever since. Like, it sounds sad, but like when the situation with his daughter happened, he kind of like, it took him for a turn. And then when he made his return back to Hollywood, he came back and he was like, yo, bro, like, it would have been way better if I touched it. It's like, bitch, it was done. Like, they did touch it and they finished it. And it's the same shit. Like yours just is the same thing with extra steps. And then he went off and made the weird zombie movie, which was, it started off cool. And then it was like, yo, and then the zombie. Yeah. But in the middle of the movie, it's like, it'd be really cool if zombies can grab people and fuck them and make them pregnant. And then they have zombie babies. That would be so cool. It's like, bitch, that doesn't make sense, man.
That happened. Yeah.
And then he goes off and does the Rebel Moon thing, which I do give him props. Attacking and trying to be the verses to or the antithesis to Star Wars, like coming out and making your own story and trying to reinvent the wheel. And when Disney don't got you, and when Star Wars doesn't want you, when Marvel ain't playing your game and DC doesn't want you, fuck it, head to Netflix and see what they got. And he went for it. Did it work? No. Was it good? No. But it was okay to watch. Like, it's the same thing as Justice League, which is like, it's one of those movies that when you watch it and pay attention, you're kind of like, eh. But when you're doing something like, I don't know, like fucking drawing pictures or you're fucking playing Scrabble, you can play it in the background. It feels all right. Yeah. You're cooking breakfast. You're not really paying attention. It's cool. You can see like a little glimpse of Batman or a guy wearing a Superman outfit. Like, it's like going to Comic-Con, like without paying the money. You know what I mean? Like it's all right. But like when you pay attention to it is when you're like, wow, this is fucking weird. Like that's Zack Snyder. Yeah. That is 100% Zack Snyder. So again, like, I don't know who I was talking to about this, but someone told me, because I asked the question to a friend of mine and I was like, through and through, without it being just because it's Superman and you like Superman, was Man of Steel actually a good movie?
I liked it.
But like as a movie, not as a Superman movie.
It works any way you cut it. Yeah, for whether a superhero movie, a Superman movie, it worked.
It was written well, bro. It had the arc and the development of characters, like just in general.
And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful
That's shot. Zack Snyder makes screensaver movies. We talk about this all the time. Cinematography, but like, I didn't think it was a good movie, and much less I didn't like that variation of Superman because it kind of. It perverses the character of Superman. It makes it where he's more relatable and he's sad and he's depressed and he needs this and that to be happy and he can't save his dad, even though he can fucking move in the blink of an eye. You're going to tell me he can't save his father without, because his dad's like, no, it's cool, bro. Let me go. The dog's so important. You know what I mean? Like he could have done all of that shit without those people even figuring that shit out. You know what I mean? Like
Chris, that movie's goated. Let it go,
bro.
That movie is goated. What are you talking
I understand with Brian, bro.
Like I hear you, but that movie's goated, bro. I'm sorry.
It's fucking great, bro.
It's a good movie. But that's because it is. You get to see Superman at like his lowest point in life. But that's not who Superman is. Like Superman, people don't like Superman because he's always just so good. He's the country boy that always just does right. You never really see him depressed because he doesn't allow that to get the best of him. But the thing
so if we do, then that's like a negative, a minus.
No, it's just that's where you get your promise of the character, right? Like that's where you get to see him shine as a character when he's able to rise above that and go back to his his core values. But that's the thing; those are his core values. And again, the reason why I say this is because Zack Snyder, the way he wanted to write Superman and Batman, was like probably the most stupidest fucking way I've ever heard someone say they were going to write him. I think we've talked about this before.
We've talked about this
a million times, which is the whole like Batman bangs Lois.
That's why like I don't want to get into this with you
because
right
now, it's a shit story.
I think you're completely wrong.
No way, dude.
I think you're completely wrong. I think that especially with the amount of time that we had invested in the Snyderverse, bro, just let him cook. Like I think that if the situations had played out differently with him at Warner Brothers, I think that he could have led. It would have been DC would have been better off where it is right. Where if you would have kept the Snyderverse, it would have been better off in that area in those hands than where it is now. I have more faith in Zack Snyder than I do James Gunn.
Yeah, than James Gunn. Not only that, as a matter of fact, speaking about that, did you hear James Gunn is going to be not attending San Diego Comic-Con this year?
Who gives a fuck? Fuck James Gunn,
shooting, bro.
Yeah,
no, but like, dude, as like, you don't think that's important for him because being the fact that like no one has faith that he's going to be able to like carry the whole DC universe.
You know what? The only reason why I like James Gunn is because he does his own fucking thing, bro. There's no rules that he conforms to. That's the only reason why I like him. Everything else I can care less about, or I couldn't care less about. But
Nico's like, yo, so what I'm saying is, Chris is saying Fallout is good, but I don't want to believe him because of what he says about Superman.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I saw that before. Yeah,
that's funny as fuck.
Yeah, nah, dude. I don't care. The only reason why I like James Gunn even a little bit is because he just
Gunn. I like it, Ben.
He goes to his own beat.
Yeah, he does his own thing.
He does his own thing. That's what I like about him.
It's very much like the Taika Waititi guy. Like the way that they kind of make their films, they're very like easygoing. They have their own artistic value for it, right? But I think it's super important that James Gunn would have attended San Diego Comic-Con with at least
why
he has to show like it's already been the whole format, right? Him coming.
Does that really make a difference to you, bro? Or do you care about him showing up at some Comic-Con that is dwindling in attendance, dwindling in people that are going there? Do you care about that, or do you care about a DC that is actually potent? Well, which one do you care about?
So first, I think San Diego Comic-Con is a very important event.
Still,
I think it's good. I think
to this day.
Well, you're right. It's completely dwindling. But like the reason why it's dwindling is because of the coronavirus and all the shit that happened after and everybody staying away from it. And then all of a sudden, all the Hollywood executives and studios just completely like shit on it and was like, hey, you know what? We're not going to go at all because of the writer's strike and the actors strike and all this other stuff. Now it's all clear. Now it's time for it to be like, hey guys, we're trying to bring Hollywood back. We're trying to bring acting back. We're trying to bring theater back, trying to get better numbers. What a time then for us to attend San Diego Comic-Con and have another Tom Hiddleston Loki moment, have another a Deadpool moment where they bring in all the actors from the Deadpool movie that are going to be in it. Or, those things when all the actors would come on stage and interact with the people. In like right now, James Gunn, I think everybody's in the same format where we're like, we don't know what the fuck is going on with DC. Like, we don't know what the fuck. We see pictures of all these people meeting up. We see we hear shit about like the Authority, or we hear shit about the cartoon he's making, or like the other conversation part that I want to bring up is, dude, we even had this week a conversation that Grant Gustin may be making his way, returning back as the Flash for James Gunn's universe.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, dude, I mean, I understand like us getting rid of Ezra Miller, like fuck that guy. But we even had this conversation, like us returning back to Grant Gustin and putting him back in the big screen as the Flash. I could get that on the CW for free. Like, why do I need to pay for that now?
Bro, I don't care, man. I'm
But
being honest with you. I
I
don't give
think
a
Brian
shit.
Gus is a G though.
I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care. Like, I don't care about who you bring in, who you leave out. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't care whether or not you show up at fucking San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, your sister's ass Comic-Con. I don't care what fucking Comic-Con you go to, don't go. Like, I don't care. Just make some decent fucking movies, bro.
Decent movies.
That's it. Bring fucking the DC universe back, bro. That's
But
it.
see, like
That's all I care about. I don't care.
That's what we want. We want that universe to come back. But don't you think that those events, like that event, San Diego Comic Con,
no, because it doesn't. Personally, you're asking me personally. No, I don't care. Personally, I don't care. I don't care whether or not you show up. I don't care.
Just bring the movies.
Just bring the fucking movies, bro. That's
Deliver.
it.
What about you, David? What do you think?
I think regardless if he shows up or not, DC has to.
Exactly.
So, whether he's there as the person to represent,
care.
DC's got to deliver the content, bro.
Yeah.
Like they're backs against the wall. This is their time. They can't fucking drop it on somebody else, bro.
Let him cook. Go, Brian. Let him cook.
Yo, that's what I mean. Like, I don't care. Like, you can sit there and be on stage and promise me everything that you could promise me. That matters none at the end of the day. We're gonna learn a lot about this about the Superman movie. We're gonna learn a lot. We're gonna learn a lot about where his direction is going, where his tone is, the tonality of the DC universe. We're gonna learn a lot about where he is going in this in his vision.
So you think that like milestone wise and making the cornerstone like is gonna be the Superman movie? Like it's all gonna branch from there?
It has to.
What do you mean?
Because if you fail at the Superman movie, you're
fucking done.
I don't want to say you're done, but you're not making your job easier. I'll tell you that.
Superman's a milestone, man. He's the dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
like,
he's a good starting point.
You can't, and especially, and that's kind of ballsy too, that you're starting with Superman. That's really ballsy. You can't fuck this up. You have to deliver on this one. You can't fuck this one up.
Nico's like, Brian redeemed himself after talking shit about Vegeta.
Listen, I have redeemable qualities, all right, guys. I have redeemable qualities. I will dig myself out of a hole. I am used to doing that, so.
He saw Dune.
Yeah, he
saw Dune, and that's
goddamn right.
A big one, man. That's a big one. Right. And for Brian to see Dune, like you would have had to have been there. Fucking Triggs got the shit end of the stick on that one. That was a funny shit. Dude. I love that fucking sign. Yeah. So like, okay, last question of this because it's very, very important. What Superman would you want to see?
Dude, again, it's irrelevant. I don't even give a fuck what Superman version you give me. Just make it good. Make it good.
All right, but no, like, okay, so what I mean by that, right? So we have several iterations of Superman, but the closest ones I can think of are like Henry Cavill's Superman, which is like the dark tone, very thoughtful, very like always kind of in his head. Has a lot of trauma like that he has to deal with that makes his character rely on hope, right?
Yeah. And
then you have Christopher Reeves as Superman. That was like the classic, always happy-go-lucky, a little corny and nerdy, but just run-of-the-mill, very nice guy, down to the heart, like, good country boy values, and then goes around, saves lives, falls in love with the girl, like gets a little bummed out. Like Brandon Ruth was another one that was kind of like, but he was more ditzy, I guess. But I want to say like Christopher Reeves and Henry Cavill in that format, being Christopher Reeves, Henry Cavill. Where would you want to see that Gage? Where would you, Brian, like to see that Gage?
I already told you, bro. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I don't care which version you give me. Just make it good, because honestly, you're gonna be comparing. We have gotten so many iterations of Batman. We've gotten so many iterations of Superman. Like at this point, I don't care, bro. Like we've seen Superman done to death.
Yeah.
As of now, as of 2024.
Good point.
I'm 42 years old, bro. I'm turning 42 this year, bro. Like I've seen so many iterations of fucking Superman that I'm done seeing it. I don't care, bro. Just make it good. I've seen so many iterations of Batman. Every fucking 5 years, I get a new Batman or I get a new Superman.
Bro, we only got like 30 minutes of the last Batman.
Yeah, like
Ben Affleck Batman, we only got him in like an hour.
Bro, like just don't fuck it up, please, James Gunn, because you know what? I don't want to always want to have to depend on Marvel. I want some variety. I want some darkness in my shit. Like I want some darkness to my comic book characters. And you have
classic storytelling.
Like you have that in the palm of your hands, and I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm nervous.
I'm nervous. Good point.
I'm nervous.
What about you, Dave?
Oh, bro. So I can't remember too much of the early Superman, bro, but it's gotta be more towards the Henry. And the only reason being is he can't go and copy Man of Steel because it's a great fucking movie, no matter what the fuck you say, Chris. I love you to death, but it's a great fucking movie, bro. But it has to be like the Iron Man. Like, I mean, yeah, you know what? The first Avenger Captain America was like one of the first movies for Marvel, but Iron Man really took it off. Like, if they fail in this, bro, we're looking at another at least 3 years of shitty fucking
just bad movies.
No, see, that's where you're wrong, David. The thing about fucking James Gunn is that he's gonna shit. He got this position, and he's not gonna give a fuck whether or not you like Superman or not. You're gonna get these movies, bro. You're gonna get these movies. He's gonna pump them out. I just think that he needs Superman to execute well to set the tone. The tonality is big here. Like he needs to set the tone to let everyone know I'm not fucking around. Like, I'm taking it serious, and I need everyone on board with me. Like that is huge here. And I think that if he fails here, it's not going to stop him. He's contractually obligated to pump these movies out. But it's just not going to be an easy. It's going to make his job harder, I think.
Sure. Yeah, because then he's got to sell that whole fucking Authority movie.
Yeah, and how do you do that with?
How do you do that if you fuck up Superman?
With a Superman thing? Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's not gonna be easy.
How do you fucking sell a movie with no Wonder Woman movie when it's supposed to be Wonder Woman? The Amazonian movies, remember? Like it's not even gonna have Wonder Woman. How do you fucking sell that? And then once they fuck that up, like Superman, I can see where like you can get away with some corny shit. But once they fuck that up, like you fuck it up, Batman's like done, dude. Like no one's gonna give a rat's fucking ass for a Batman movie, dude. Because Batman is such a
well, they kind of have a what do you call it, a kill switch on that because they still have the other Batman.
So now, yeah, but they already said it's not part of the universe.
So what?
But again, I mean, fuck yeah, I don't give a shit about that. Like that's stupid. Like I still think that's probably one of the dumbest things I've ever done.
That's still Warner Brothers, and so even if James Gunn fails at Batman, you still have another Batman.
They're like, hey, we had him here all along, guys.
That actually sells. Like people like that Batman. Like I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
But people like him.
I remember that fucking day when you guys had seen it before me, and you guys were like, "No, man, it was real fucking good." And when I saw it, and I was like, "Guys, what are you talking about, man? This is weird as shit." And then we're talking, and you guys are like, "Yeah, I saw it a second time." Yeah, you saw it again, and you were like,
"I saw it again," and I kind of get it.
Yeah,
you know what it was? I fell victim to like the IMAX and the Dolby shit.
I remember you saying
listen, it's good in the movies, but when you're sitting at home watching it, it doesn't hit.
It does not hit the same way.
It doesn't hit the same.
David, did you get to see that Batman movie with Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, bro. I saw it at home.
What did you think?
Yeah, what did you think?
So like, Christian Bale is going to be my Batman, bro. You know what I mean? But it was good. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad. When I watch it again, fuck no. I mean, I'll be transparent.
Wait, David, who's your favorite Batman?
Christian Bale, bro.
Christian Bale.
No, you're one of those.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
You're one of those.
I am one of those.
You're one of those guys who likes artistic movies. You're one of those with good acting. Oh, God.
Oh, come on, bro. Even you secretly deep down inside, bro, now is a fucking great Batman.
No. I like Christian Bale as I don't think he's the best, but I do like him as Batman, though.
I mean, if I told you my favorite Batman, you both are gonna shit on me, bro.
Adam West.
You're gonna say the animated, right? Animated Batman.
No, fuck about Ben Affleck Batman, bro.
I was gonna say I like. Listen, it's not a popular opinion. I like Ben Affleck more than I like Christian Bale. I'm sorry.
I'm opposite of that, but I think Ben Affleck still did a good job. I just didn't care for like the whole like, do you bleed and all like all these stupid fucking lines they wrote him. I was like,
yeah, Christian Bale was pushing it a little.
Yeah, well, man, Christian Bale, yeah. He's I hated the Bane movie. Bane as a character was really cool, but the script writing was stupid as fuck, dude. The whole beginning sequence when they're like, I know a guy, his name is CIA, and like it's just so fucking stupid, just dumb. But yeah, man. If they fuck it up, like I don't know, man. Like, but it was very interesting for me to see that that James Gunn was not going to be attending at San Diego Comic-Con, but I understood like from last year, like there wasn't anybody that showed up either. Like it's a dying event. The whole convention scene is kind of like a withering thing.
Those big ones are kind of dying.
Yeah,
you need something to kind of pump some more juice into them. But as of right now, like there's no
one's biting, dude.
Yeah.
And then not only that, the studios can pretty much do their own conventions if they wanted to. Like they're gonna do like their South by Southwest, and they're gonna rent out a whole like fucking street and deck it out the way they want to. They don't need a convention to do that. Yeah. So yeah, I mean they took the coronavirus took a fuckload of power from that whole situation. But yeah, what's your take on the Grant Gustin thing? Like if
do it,
are you guys? Well, I mean, I like Grant Gustin. I'm not gonna lie. I think he did a fantastic job as the Flash. The show sucked towards the end, but like everything that he did as the Flash was really, really well. But like Brian, I know like we've talked about it before, where we're like, dude, why do I need him? But if they were to consider him as the Flash of the movie universe, like, would you be cool with that?
I haven't thought about it, but if I'm just gonna rapid fire ask me the question, I guess. Listen, I like the Flash show.
Yeah,
it's not as good as everyone says
it is. Yeah,
it got bad.
It's not as good as everyone says it is. So I'm kind of skewed on this. Like I don't see what everyone else sees when it comes to him. He's cool. If I need him in the new DC, probably, maybe, probably not. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Because if you're asking me whether or not I liked his version of the Flash versus Ezra Miller, I might have to go with Ezra Miller. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, there was more money pumped into it.
What?
I think Ezra Miller did a better performance than Grant Gustin. And
fuck that. Flash. What are you drinking there? Fucking light beer?
No. I am drinking Miller Lights, and I'm also drinking Jameson, but that has nothing to do with it, bro. Like I mean. So let me ask you a question. So the Flash movie that was a bad movie?
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't watch it again.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just straight say yes.
Was it because would you not watch it because of the performance from Ezra Miller? Is that the reason why you didn't like the movie?
I hear the portrayal, the way that the director took the role, and the way that they had the Flash act amongst themselves.
That movie was fucking amazing. I'm sorry. Let's back that up. That movie was really fucking good. The only bad thing was the CGI, bro. The CGI made it cheesy and it made it look really fucked up. But Ezra Miller did a fucking fantastic job playing the Flash in that movie. I'm sorry. I'm calling spade a spade.
I mean, for me, it was all right. I mean, the iteration of Flash, like the younger version, the one that was like real, like annoying. Like, I guess that was the role that they chose for him, but he was supposed to be annoying. But
he was on screen for like all of 10 seconds. Why would you pick that out as something to put as a fucking negative to it?
The young Flash,
the young kid that played him as a Flash.
No, not the kid.
The kid.
No, I'm talking about him, like playing a younger version of himself, like being the second universe's Flash, like him being like the partner or whatever the fuck they did, where they did like the fucking Lindsay Lohan two people at once shit. Like the way that they wrote that character, like I just thought it was just annoying the way they wrote him.
Okay, it was supposed to be annoying.
I know, I get that part, but like there was just some things that I just didn't feel it. And then the whole like Michael Keaton did an amazing job. There's nothing against him as an actor, but the way they wrote his character, that he was like, this overarching dude that just knew how the multiverse worked more than the Flash, who actually gets to transverse the multiverse and things like being that the Flash is supposed to be this hyper intelligent character that's like a forensic scientist that does study of science and can do math at like supersonic levels. And I don't know, like there was just stuff about it that he did a bunch of dumb shit too.
Got an 83% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, by the way.
Good.
That movie's fucking good.
Well, I mean, everybody liked it. Just if you go back to the comments, it's going to be like, I love Michael Keaton. Like that's not accurate. The Spider-Man fucking what is it? Fucking No Way Home.
Chris,
so cool with all the characters back and everybody.
Chris, that's not accurate. People are not saying that.
People
are not saying there's an 83% Rotten Tomato score. You think that they're all saying the only reason why I like this movie is because of Michael Keaton
and George Clooney.
No, which one?
George Clooney,
bro. All right,
I was picking on Brian, bro.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's not how this works. No one is giving this movie and the what do you call it? It was an 83 audience score. The critics gave it a 63, which is still a fresh tomato.
Yeah.
And they're not saying that they like the movie because of fucking Michael Keaton, bro. I'm sorry. It's a good movie. People just like to dogpile on it and shit on it because Ezra Miller and all this shit. But after I watched it, it was a good movie, bro.
Okay, well that's good. Like, I mean, it's nothing against it. I myself, but then again, like, I think Man of Steel was mid, and everybody thinks it's like a G movie.
Yeah, now you're bugging about that one. I'm sorry. That one, you sure?
Now I realize where I stand.
It's not my favorite Superman movie. My favorite Superman movies would be the Michael Keaton films. I think, or not Michael, Christopher Reeves. I think Christopher Reeves did a phenomenal job as Superman back in the day. But that's because I grew up with that version of Superman more. You know, the back in the old school days. But digressing back, yeah, James Gunn's not going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. Onwards onto the last part of the conversation, guys. Deadpool 3 cameo that got dismissed and the changes for Captain America 4 and where it takes the Marvel Universe into the future. So in Deadpool 3, apparently they reached out to Vinny, that guy Vinny, the Italian dude that played the Juggernaut.
Okay,
he told him to fuck off. He was like, I ain't about it.
I did see that. Yeah.
Good or bad? What do you think? Kind of sucks because it'd be cool to see him again, or not really because the second Juggernaut was cooler.
Wait, which Juggernaut was he? He was the one from.
He was the one from
X3,
right? Yeah, X-Men 3, the first one with the I'm the Juggernaut, bitch, or whatever he tells Kitty.
Oh yeah, I could do with that.
That was lame.
I don't care. Yeah, I could do.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to come back because the suit was like horrible to get into. So they used to put him in a big fucking rubber suit.
No, I remember. So I just put him in a different fucking suit.
Dude, just make his CG. Put his face as the fucking dude.
Yeah, you can just fucking.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird,
suit, bro.
We had this shit in the Flash, bro. So fuck it.
What else is he doing to be turning down fucking Deadpool 3? No. Yeah, let's stop for a second. Yeah. Let's stop and talk about this for a second.
Can you imagine
what are you fucking doing? Do you have some like Broadway theater fucking residency that I don't know about?
Millions at Walmart or something.
What are you doing? Do you have any signings? Are you at any conventions where you're making what are you doing to where you're turning down the movie that is probably being heralded as the savior to the MCU?
Yeah, that's
you just have the audacity to turn down, bro. Like what the
wildest shit I've ever heard all week, dude. That this dude was like, nah, I don't want to do that. That suit sucks.
That's
beneath me.
If you don't squeeze your fucking big ass in that fucking suit, bro, and shut the fuck up, bro.
You know, it's so weird because the first thing I thought of was like, well, why don't they just CG his face onto the fucking one that came out in the other Deadpool movie? And boom, it's the same dude. You know what I mean?
After that comment, I'm gonna make you. I'm gonna force you to put that fucking suit on.
Yeah,
now.
we're putting
right?
it.
Now you're gonna wear the fucking suit now.
We're making it an extra small.
Beforehand, you could have got your agent to negotiate some CGI shit, but now you're gonna.
Powder,
we're gonna put the fucking suit on.
No Vaseline. That shit's going on dry, man. Yeah, we're gonna make some fucking skin rashes on this motherfucker.
To do, yeah, right. Bro.
That's so wild, right? Wow, I heard this week and I was like, I gotta bring this up because there's no fucking way in God's green earth that this motherfucker was like, nah, I got shit to do. Fuck Marvel. Like, fuck this movie, Deadpool, that we know is gonna be $1 billion movie. And this guy just happens to be like, nah, I ain't doing it, man. Fuck you in that suit.
Hey, man, more power to him. Maybe he's got other things he's booked. He's booked and busy. I don't know, man, but I would have made time.
He is not booked and busy.
I would have made time for this
one. Meat Train, or what was that movie he did?
Don't ever say
Meat Train.
Don't ever say Meat Train to me again, ever.
That's a movie he made. It's called the Meat.
I don't give a fuck what it's called. Don't ever say Meat Train to me again,
Part 3, and it's out of.
Don't care.
Train's running out of New Jersey, man. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, nah, man. We don't do meat trains around here, bro. I'm sorry.
No, sir. And then, of course, the Captain America 4 changes. So apparently they cut out the Serpent Society. So that wrestler guy, I don't know if he's going to be even part of the movie anymore. What was that one wrestler? A Priest or no?
Damian Priest.
Is that who they were using? That guy?
I don't know.
No, it was the guy that's like the what's his fucking name? He's a wrestler. That's like your department. Brian.
Wait, which show are you talking about again?
Captain America 4.
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
You're talking about
right?
Seth Rollins. Yeah, Seth Rollins.
Yeah, so they cut like a huge part of those guys' roles. So like they had a whole subplot it was going to be like the Serpent Society. Valentina is going to be using that group the way they're using that Captain America dude, the real shitty one, Flag guy or whatever. But it's like the dudes that are under them going around doing some sneaky shit. They have a bunch of equipment that Valentina's using from the CIA, since she's the head person of the CIA now, and they're going to Tiamut to steal the adamantium that apparently came out of the body, which is that finally going after the fucking giant thing that's in the water that's been there for like several movies that no one's ever cared to talk about anymore. So apparently like its body's adamantium, and with the Deadpool movie coming and mutants finally being registered, that apparently that's how they're going to do the adamantium insertion into the Marvel universe. But now that's changed. Apparently like it's all changed. And they are introducing, of course, Red Hulk, which in the comic books, the Red Hulk literally goes after all the Avengers, and nobody knows who it is until the very end. They find out who the character is. I won't spoil anything if you don't know who it is, but they finally reveal who it is, and it's kind of like a huge battle between him and Banner Hulk, like to try to figure out who's the Hulky, you know what I mean? Hulk of Hulks or whatever. Hulky. And then later on, he ends up joining the team and running with the Avengers, and you know it's wild, but it ends up being where it's like a big thing where the Red Hulk character is trying to learn about controlling the rage part, and that's where he kind of loses control, and it gets wild. And the crazy thing about the Red Hulk is when he enrages, he lets off a fuckload of heat and shit catches on fire. Like he turns into like a nuclear radiated core.
Yeah.
So like that's where he becomes dangerous. Now in certain parts of the comic book, it's by time he can change into the Red Hulk, but it's a time frame, and it could be anywhere from like a minute 30 to 30 minutes or whatever between him and overheating. But I haven't heard much of like the Hulk coming out in this film, just the Red Hulk. So where does that put you guys in the sense of the Captain America 4 movie being where it's like Chris Evans has been talked about coming back for this role. Anthony Mackie's going to be carrying it. We'll probably have the Winter Soldiers, maybe the Thunderbolts. Maybe. Where do we look at for this film being anything of any interest for you guys?
David?
Well, I'm a big Captain America fan. So
yeah, which one though?
Bro, the first Avenger, bro, best one.
Okay.
And then the second one, of course.
But you mean like in the MCU or like just in general?
Just in general. It's like I just like the Shield. I like the colors; they're great. Yeah. I can see them on anything. They're fucking red on the table. Yeah, on a trash can lid. I'm about it.
I love that fucking movie, bro.
As long as there's a circle with a star in the middle, I'm fucking hard.
I got like 7 of those pops, bro. They're like $100 each.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, like I think when I saw the Seth Rollins thing, his thing being cut, I mean, they're probably gonna hopefully tie in a better storyline. I think it's just gonna be based on how we perceive or receive Deadpool and Wolverine, because like I think that's gonna be the biggest like handoff, because that's gonna be that movie that's following afterwards. You can't have a fucking handoff where the buildup is so high then it's fucking garbage. Like,
well, if I'm not mistaken, they moved Deadpool up and they moved Captain America back.
Yeah, something like
that.
Deadpool's
gonna come out first now, right?
Yeah, Deadpool. I think there's a few things. But I wanted David to get his thoughts off though, unless you were finished.
Nah, I'm good, bro. Go.
All right. So when it comes to Deadpool, I think that's gonna be a standalone. I think that's not really gonna connect to anything besides Secret Wars.
Okay.
I think from what I'm hearing, that's going to lead directly in the Secret Wars. So I don't think it's going to have anything connected to Captain America 4. I think Captain America 4 will have some tie-ins to what do you call it? The Thunderbolts.
Okay.
The only thing that worries me about this movie, like the Seth Rollins thing, it doesn't really mean much to me. It's just the fact that this movie has gone through so many reshoots.
Oof.
that from what I've been hearing from the people that I like to watch on YouTube and all that stuff, like it's a shit show.
It's
They've
like
gone
incoherent, right?
Yeah, it's been going through a lot of reshoots, a lot of rewrites. So it's one of those situations where we just got to see what we got when it comes out.
Yeah, because I was gonna say from what I've heard online that this film's like 75% reshot.
Yeah, it's
Like
going
75%.
It's been going through a lot of reshots and a lot of rewrites as well. So,
and apparently this is supposed to be done after Bob Iger came out and said that they wanted quality over quantity, right? That he was like, we're really going back to the idea of bringing out quality films and all this stuff. Knowing that they had the Seth Rollins and all these characters, me personally, I think like knowing that we're coming closer to like the Secret Wars and the Kang Dynasty, I kind of feel it's a little weird to introduce something like the Serpent Society as like a whole new villain kind of thing, because it feels like we've talked about this before. Secret Wars is going to be like a whole rewrite, right? They're going to probably restart the whole Marvel universe, the X-Men or whatever. Why even introduce these guys as a whole new gang or whatever, especially with them being such like big characters in the Captain America lore. But then at the same time, like introducing them and a Red Hulk when they're already having trouble tell the story of the Hulk himself, like what they're going to do next with him. Because wasn't it just like a couple months ago that Mark Ruffalo was talking about wanting to have like his own standalone film?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what was it? Like World War Hulk? Yeah. World War Hulk, was it?
Yeah. World War Hulk. Yeah.
Yeah. And we were like
talking about it.
Yeah. I think we were all on the same page where we were like, damn, it's fucking wild to try to go for that right now, like in the Marvel universe. And then I think it ended up being where people were like, nah, they ain't going to do shit. They're not going to do shit with the Hulk anymore. But, I kind of feel like, yeah, like I know what you're saying with the Deadpool 3 movie. Like more than likely it'll end with that going right into Secret Wars, right? That makes more sense, especially with that caliber of characters, right?
I think honestly that's in their best interest. Don't connect this to nothing else.
Yeah, because if it ends up being like the way we expect it to be, where Deadpool 3 is going to be like a fucking banger, and they're going to bring all of these weird motherfucking obscure characters back from the past, you don't want to put them in anything that's just lazy writing. You want it to be like you're going to see them in the next.
Connect it to anything else. Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point. The Thunderbolts thing, I think it's a more grounded idea to see them in the Captain America film, right? You got your Thunderbolts that's very connected to the Captain America storyline already because of Bucky, and then Bucky and and Falcon had just recently did their show not too long ago. Natasha is finally going to come back. Her sister is finally going to come into the fold with a Captain America story. Like, I think that's a very much good thing to say that's probably where we're going to be able to see that, right? But I think also that they're going to have a way to kind of like steamroll in the Young Avengers. Like they're going to have a way to bring in like Kamala Khan or America Chavez. Like they need to already, where they need to establish like the Young Avengers, the Hawkeye chick, what's her name? Kate Bishop. Like they need to bring her in with the Thunderbolts team, or like Kamala Khan and Kate Bishop show up as a separate team into that story. Cause they need to start establishing that there is an Avengers team still.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's important. I think just through and through, we need to have an establishing event, because that's where like me as a fan and a watcher, this is where I have the most disapproval or anxiety that they're not going to get it right, is because we don't have a team anymore. We don't have an Avengers squad. We don't have anybody in that role right now. We have a bunch of young characters. We just don't know where they're at. I think it needs to kind of be established.
Yeah.
David, what do you think, man?
I mean, it would make sense. Like if they do go into Secret Wars and they're taking all their main characters into the planet and everything, then they would have to have something shooting while they're shooting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Then you have that. Then you have something.
With what you're saying, like, it makes sense. But when you're trying to divert attention, yes, you want to focus on the overall good quality, but do you really want to have a shitty Young Avengers movie too, bro? Do you want to go DC style too? You know what I mean? True. That can Marvel balance that shit out?
Yeah, I think that's going to be the biggest test, right? If when the Thunderbolts drops, Captain America 4 drops, Deadpool drops, can they pull off a Young Avengers team at the very end? Like, is that going to be the balance, right? Good shit, man. I didn't even think about that, but that's an interesting concept. But yeah, what are you looking forward to when it comes to Captain America 4, Brian?
I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the Red Hulk. I think that it's. I've been hearing so much about him over the past couple years.
Sounds
I'm
fun.
ready for that. The Harrison Ford as the president. I'm interested to see what that looks like. As Red Hulk as well. That's about it. I mean, and you know what? I'll take that back. Before any of that, I actually want to see James Mackie, Anthony Mackie
Come back.
come back and
He's so
do
good.
it and
I
do a
love him.
good job. I
Yeah,
love
I
that guy, bro. I love that guy. I've loved him for years, pause. And I just want him to have a good
film. I'm gonna get a home run.
Fuck Clarence.
He
bro.
deserves a home run.
Yo, honestly, Clarence, you gotta watch out for Clarence, man.
What a burger movie.
What was I gonna say? That just fucked me all up. Okay,
Clarence,
yeah,
I just heard it right now. Oh, man,
that
that's
fucked
bad.
me all up. The Falcon and Winter Soldier show, I think, got a lot of shit talked about it, and
But it feels so good now.
I enjoyed that show.
Yeah,
I've
I
always
enjoyed the
enjoyed
fuck
that
out of
show. Again, I'm a huge Anthony Mackie fan. I even watched that dumbass Twisted Metal show because of him.
Just because of Anthony Mackie.
Just because of him. And
So he carries himself so good.
like
his delivery is great.
I had no reason to watch that show besides him, and he is the only reason why I continue to watch the show. So I'm
pretty excited for them to bring back Bradley. Yeah,
Okay.
because apparently Bradley,
yeah.
the older Captain America guy,
Yeah,
he's supposed to make a return in that film.
Okay,
as
cool.
like a mentor to the Falcon, and he's gonna apparently bring back like the Sarge mythos and stuff like that. I'm kind of interested in seeing how they bring that back, because that character in the old school comic books was really fun to watch and stuff like that. His whole costume, like I want to see the old costume where he had like the Captain America scales and he had like the cargo pants and the cool like the helmet, and like he just looked like a G, man. I can't wait to see that. That would be so cool. And then they'll introduce the Patriot, the nephew or the grandson. Yeah. So that'll be cool too, man. And Tony Stark's supposed to play a huge point in that kid's life, making him a costume, but Tony Stark ain't there no more. So we're gonna have to see how that rolls out. But yeah, that's actually a really good point. Like I'm really excited to see Anthony Mackie come back, and I think he needs a home run. Yeah. I think like you saw how for a minute, I mean, we've had that discussion about like me, I like Anthony Mackie as the Falcon. I do get the idea of the Captain America role and how they're using it, and I get it and I like it, but like Marvel still celebrates both Captain Americas at the same time. And I think that's very confusing for people. You know what I mean? Because one moment you have them saying they're going to pass the shield. They want a black person or a black man to have the shield, which is awesome. Falcon is the one coming up. A lot of people were going for the Bucky, but that was one part of a story that, you know, they could pass that. And the Falcon story, I think it's more enriching and there's more fun to it. But at the same time, they're still celebrating Steve Rogers in the comic books as Captain America. Mm. And I think that's confusing for people that are buying comics and trying to watch. And one moment Marvel is like, Falcon's the new Captain America, and then you have Steve Rogers still Captain America. It's confusing. You know what I mean? Really confusing. Because amazing story always is Falcon. I think Falcon was always a great character. Could have named him Captain Falcon, dude. Just buy the fucking F-Zero rights. Everybody loves Captain Falcon from Smash Brothers, dude.
Buy the F-Zero rights.
Remember Captain Falcon? But yeah, I think Anthony Mackie has done such a great job with the Falcon character and the character overall, and I love seeing him on the screen. He portrays the character so well, and I'll tell people to the day I die, on the Falcon, Captain America, and the Winter Soldier show, when he flies in and throws the shield and he's all extended with the wings and all that stuff, that was probably one of the coolest fucking shots I've ever seen for an entrance for Falcon. When he comes in through the window and you see the outfit for the first time, it looked like straight out of a fucking comic book. It was so great. It was super good. But hey, yo, welcome to the show, Retro Poppy and BP. Thank you guys for coming in. But yeah, that's a good point, man. I'm super excited to see Anthony Mackie come back. Guys, what do you got planned for the rest of the week? Or what do you got planned for the week? Actually, we're going to come right into this week.
Well, I got my next event, Sanrio Fest, bro.
Oh, there we go. What do we got going on there? The Hello Kitty and all that stuff. Sanrio Fest. Cool.
Fucking Hello Kitty and stuff. I was going to say bullshit, but whatever.
Language.
721 Bryan Road, if you're from Texas, McAllen, Texas, 956. It's going to be in Mission, right, by the Boys and Girls Club. $3 entry fee, and they got cool shit. I'm gonna be there, so you already fucking know what to win.
You already got the $3. That's already worth the value of $3. You're already there, David.
I'm him. I'm
you
there.
Are the worth.
There's an arcade. I guess Ham's in the arcade.
Ham's gonna be the arcade.
40 vendors, photo op, cosplay. Even though Chris ain't gonna be there, cool.
I'm gonna try my best.
There's a maid cafe. You gonna show up as a maid or what, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a maid cafe person.
Just hand me my tea, right?
Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna wear shoes. I'm gonna let my toes out, man. OnlyFans shit.
I got Sanrio.
Yeah, that sounds fucking wrong.
And then the 23rd, I have my personal favorite event, United, in Edinburgh. So sweet. That's me.
United Collectors Expo coming up on the 23rd. That's gonna be in Edinburgh. Mondo, shout out, man. Yeah, can't wait. Brian, what about you, man? What do you got coming up for this week? Just a lot of work and anything else cool? Some hell divers, maybe?
My mom's coming into town this week.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna pick her up from the airport on Friday. But before that, it's just work. I'm gonna just work my ass off. My daughter has a play on Friday, so my mom is coming in to surprise her for that. And then I have all Friday, Saturday, so it's gonna lay low, chill Friday, be with the fam. Saturday, I gotta go out, probably get a little bit too drunk somewhere, and then that's about it.
Tipsy, a little bit, someone carry me home.
Yeah,
a little bit, someone carry me home.
That's what my weekend's looking like. How about you?
Back to it. I'm apparently gonna be working out with Eric Lozano, which is one of the upcomers for the bare knuckle championship fights that are coming up with Mike Perry. He's one of the guys on the undercard. He's like the third undercard, like Coco main event. Yeah. He's in town. He lives from Ed Couch, and he lives in Utah now. But one of his friends hit me up and asked him if I was possible, open for mitts and some training. So if that's cool, I'll be able to make a really nice friend, get to talk to him about his experiences and get him to talk to maybe some of my students. It'd be really, really solid. South Texas Comic-Con announcements.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, what's the next big con for you guys out there?
South Texas Comic-Con.
When is that?
That is, I'll pull that up right now.
25, 26.
What is it?
He knows. Are you going to be there, David?
I fucking wish, bro. Due to the separation of me and the old company, I have to go and fight for a spot now, but no.
Yep, that's what it
so,
is.
Can I ask you a question, David? Are they going to be there?
They will be there, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, for real?
Yeah. 100%, yeah.
Yo, as a matter of fact, I want you to see this. Look at who's going to be there already, dude.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
You know what? I saw this. They have a pretty good lineup of people that are going to be
pile, bro.
They do.
Yeah, man.
They do. Shout out to Carlos, Charlie, my boy, in the comment section. My man, Mr. Photographer, Mr. Videographer himself, the man, the myth, the legend, old school RGV Titan Radio, one of my boys. I love this guy. Thank you very much. He brought up the conversation. South Texas Comic-Con, we got Vincent D'Orofalo. Efren Ramirez, the guy that played Pedro. Yeah, Pedro. I didn't know he did all this other stuff. That was cool too, man. He was in this Crank movie, man. He was fucking
nigga. Knock it off. He's Pedro, bro.
He's Pedro. He always
he's fucking Pedro. He's Pedro.
Even right now with that haircut, he's still Pedro with that goatee.
Fucking Pedro. Knock it off.
Fucking Corey Feldman.
Oh, I'm in there. Where's my ticket? I gotta get my ticket. I gotta see this guy, Corey Feldman.
There is a part of me that hopes that we get.
Why is he still dressing like Michael Jackson?
I don't want to make any comments on why he probably does that. But, I really hope that we get like a concert, like how he does like his weird music and shit.
No,
you would love it, Brian. It follows the aesthetic, dude. You would be totally blown by it. Angelic to the core performance, my guy. We got Greg Capullo. Yeah, he exceptional artist, man. Exceptional artist. We got a whole list of voice actor Jack DeSena, voice actor in Avatar, Lou Ferrigno, of course, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the Hulk, through and through, 100%.
Who puts this one on? Who puts this?
South Texas Ramsey,
right?
Yeah, Ramsey Ramirez, man, my man. The man.
I like how he just comes out and just like does
drops the coolest list, right?
It's just right like dip for like another like 4 months.
Iceman.
Yeah, that's what it's do. Yeah,
he's from the rookie too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He's fucking Iceman. Knock it off. And this guy, he's fucking Candyman. There's nothing else we're gonna know.
No, he's
Candyman, bro.
Man.
He's Zoom.
No, he's Candyman, bro.
Biggest fear growing up, man. Candyman scared the
he's fucking Candyman, bro.
Yeah, watch that shit, bro. Fuck that.
You didn't watch Candyman? Oh,
he doesn't like scary movies, dude. He don't like scary movies.
Candyman was good, man.
Yeah, what a fucking lineup already, and that's probably because there's probably a couple more artists still coming in. What a lineup, man! That's gonna be a wild. So.
True.
Yeah. So we got South Texas Comic Con coming up. That's like the next big, of course. The big three are Anime Fiesta, South Texas Comic Con, and Gamers Expo at a Ramsey's thing. So, guys, make sure you keep an ear out. Yeah, I want to say that's pretty much it. We covered everything we need to cover this week. Anything by chance, Brian, you want to kind of like add in from anything you heard this week or no?
Nah, man. I mean, that was it. I wanted to get that Zack Snyder shit in there. I would suggest everyone, if you haven't seen it,
I'm gonna go watch it.
Watch his
Joe Rogan
interview. It's wild. And I'm just interested to see what some of his hardcore supporters say after.
What would they say? Before we go, Adrian asks a question: who would be your all's dream convention celebrity headliner?
It would have been a
Troopers.
my main just passed away last weekend, so like
Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, he would have been the guy. I think I said it a few times. Like when it comes to conventions, if anyone could have gotten him, I would have spent.
You would have killed to go.
I would have spent endless amounts of money, anything I had to go see that.
See, and that was me with Stan Lee, man. That was always my dream. Yeah. I always wanted to meet Stan Lee, and I mean, again. What an opportunity to be around during his legacy, but I never got the opportunity to meet him. Yeah. That sucks. But we were here when he was here. Yeah. Now Akira Toriyama passed, and again, it's. I think it's one of those things in life that it starts to become more. You start to understand morality more when your heroes start to go.
Yeah.
Like when it's like age and things like that. Like this man, Akira Toriyama. 68, right? I still think, he probably had a little bit more in him, but I think it was like something in the brain. Like he had like an
aneurysm or something.
Right?
Some wild shit.
It was one of those things like he was taken too early. You know what I mean? He still probably had a good amount of time. Yeah. Man, retro, that's awesome, man.
That is awesome.
Man. Yeah, he got to meet Stanley in the comic.
That is awesome.
That was like a dream that I always wanted, but I didn't get it. So, but what a time. What a time. But yeah, morality, when our heroes start to go and, you start to understand that time is not infinite. It's not finite. And you got to go out there and you got to get it. So guys, we're going to start this week strong. Monday's coming. Go out there and fucking grind, get that hustle, get that flow. And we'll see you guys again here next Sunday. Have a great week. Stay positive. Don't let this shit bring you down. And we will see you guys here next Sunday on the Average Boys Podcast. We appreciate you. David, where can these guys find you real quick?
I'll be at 3607 Northware Road in McAllen, Texas, Suite 14. I'm open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 3, weekends, 10 to 8 and 10 to 5. Tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, bro, I'll be fucking handing out flyers like a motherfucker. So
nice. Good shit.
I'll be in Brownsville. I'll be on the Lower Valley side if anybody wants to join.
Yeah, sweet. If you guys want to check us out, Brian, you got your Facebook, you have Instagram. You want to tell anybody where they can find you on Instagram just in case?
BMD __ 418 at Instagram. I think that's as well as Twitter. I'm all over the place. You catch me at Brian Davis on Facebook. Or hit me up at the Average Boys,
Yeah. Hit us up here on the Facebook.
There
guys.
too, man. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Guys, hit us up on the Facebook. Want to get you guys chatting with us more during the week. That way, when we come in here on Sundays, we got more fun stuff to cover with you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. To all our extraordinary listeners, we appreciate every one of you. We hope you guys have a great week. See you guys again here next Sunday, Average Boys Podcast. Laters.
Peace.